What my research is about is a long track. And for many years, my focus has been on racism. I introduced the notion of everyday racism, and based on research on interviews with Black women in the United States and in the Netherlands. And from that emerged the concept of everyday racism. I've looked at gendered racism. I have looked at cultural cloning. And now I'm focusing more on dignity, but I've also done some recent work on entitlement racism, which is becoming more everyday. Entitlement racism is the use of freedom of expression as an excuse to say racist things. And basically at this time and age, everybody who has access to internet, to libraries, has been educated, and sometimes not even if you have formal education, you can have access and know what racism is about. And if you know what racism is about and continue to make racist statements in the name of freedom of expression, that is what I call entitlement racism, because the idea behind it is, I can say that because it is my right. I fully agree that freedom of expression is enormously important. It is, people have died for it. People are still dying to have freedom of expression, or are killed because they claim that right. In the societies in which we live here in Northern Europe, that is not the case. Once you have the right, which is a constitutional right, the issue is not to claim it all the time, but to use it responsibly. And to translate the freedom of expression as a right to offend somebody doesn't really help. The context in which this is happening is not exclusively, but for a large part also the democratization of social media, which is a good thing in itself, but at the same time, it sort of encouraging people to feel that you can say anything, anytime you want, and that everything is possible and there are no limitations. And granted, there are no really formal rules for social media, so that doesn't help either. But to offend and to express your opinion without even thinking about it, without thinking about who you might hurt, without thinking about why you are saying that, what is it you want? Is it just that you want to throw it out there? Or do you really have a real concern that you want to have a dialogue with or others? Or do you want to say just something nasty and something ugly that becomes racist? Those are the questions that I look at with the notion of entitlement racism. And it's a phenomenon that is spreading. And it humiliates people, and once you humiliate, it's very difficult to restore that situation.